Well, hello. I hope everybody's doing well and having time off. I know it's hard sometimes when school's not in, but we started this thing, and I'll tell you, Jamie Bastis is the one who came up with the idea about reading to children. And I think it's important that we have those connections. So we started, and I understand some other people have, other people's in the department, other people in the department have also read. So I'm going to read a second book today called Think of Those in Need by the Berenstain Bears. So my friend Jamie came up with this great idea, and I wasn't too sure, but we've given it a shot, and I saw some Facebook posts that people seem to like it. So before we start, if there's a book that you would like an officer to read, if you'll send us that book through Facebook and give us an idea of what that book might be, we will try to find the right people to read it. But I know the guys and gals would love to do so. So today I came down. I'm here with my friends, two bears, and I'm not sure what we got going on here. Tiger cub, maybe, I don't know, but I got two bears and a tiger cub. And in the audience today, I have two young adult police commissioners. I have assistant to the chief's office, Destiny Wilson, and I have two trainers from our academy. And I asked them, I said, well, what do you guys want to sit in today for? And the trainers from the academy said, we're looking for some new material to train police officers. This might just be the way to go. I don't know, what do you think, the Berenstain Bears? Now, a friend of mine, Captain Hardy, read a story earlier in the week. And I understand he did a pretty good job. But not to be outdone, I'm coming back for round two. So we're going to read the Berenstain Bears, Think of Those in Need. You guys ready for this? You on the edge of your seats? Here we go. Berenstain Bears, Police Corner. Here we go. Those in Need, Berenstain Bears. By Stan and Jan Berenstain. Here we go. The Bear family enjoyed the good things in life as much as anyone else. They enjoyed good food and good times, just like we all do, hanging out with our families. They enjoyed snug treehouse and a comfortable chair before a crackling fire. They enjoyed books and music, toys and games, quilts, and cuckoo clocks. Let's take a picture of some of the things that they're doing, right? You guys see the different things, the fireplace, playing checkers. Officer O'Berry tries to play checkers. I beat him every time, but he likes to play. Making quilts, stuff with family time. But sometimes it seemed, especially to Mama, that perhaps the Bears were enjoying too much of a good thing. It was also clear to Mama that she managed the treehouse that they had a problem that came under the heading, too much stuff. Sometimes we collect a lot of things and it just keeps collecting, and a lot of things laying around. You guys see all the pictures there? Too much stuff. Do any of you have that issue at home? Too much stuff? Too much stuff in the closet, too much stuff in the drawers, too much stuff in the basement, too much stuff in the attic. There was too much stuff everywhere, and it all made Mama a little uneasy. It was beginning to be a worry. Take a look at all the things that starts to clutter up. If we don't clean things up and we just leave things around, all the stuff that we leave around the house. Papa thought there was too much stuff problem too, but he was more annoyed than worried. Annoyed about a fast wheel car that brother had left on the stairs and about a squeaky duck that sister had left in the bathtub. But there was much more on Mama's mind than fast wheel cars and squeaky ducks. What was beginning to worry her was that they had so much while some others had so little. So you see on this side, we're worried about the ducks and all the different things. And then Mama Bear is starting to think about all these things that we have that are just laying around and others may not have. That's something to think about. All the stuff that we have that others may not have. You guys have a lot of that issues? High school? No? Okay. I know I got a lot of stuff. Destiny, I got a lot of stuff that just lays around and is still sitting there. And as sometimes happens with a worry, when you go to bed, it can turn into a nightmare. And that's what happened to Mama. Too much stuff. Stuff falling everywhere. One night she dreamed that all the stuff came to life and poured out of every drawer, every closet, every nook and cranny in the treehouse, chanting, too much stuff. So she has a nightmare of all the things that are laying around the house, all this extra clutter She can't sleep. She's dreaming about, well, I guess she can sleep. She's dreaming, right? She's dreaming and all this stuff is chasing her. Too much stuff. What's the matter? Asked Papa when Mama woke up screaming. It was just a dream, my dear, Mama said. But though it was just a dream, she knew what she had to do. What do you guys think she had to do? The next morning at breakfast, she made an announcement. This family, she said firmly, has altogether too much stuff. It's time to get rid of it. Stuff, said Brother? What sort of stuff? Stuff like dolls with no heads, Mama said. Broken airplane models and old puzzles games that nobody plays. And fast wheel cars on the stairs and squeaky ducks in the bathtub, chimed in Papa. So take a look at all the stuff that they have laying around. Get a good shot of that? Everybody good? Now wait a minute, protested Sister. That's our stuff. What about some of your stuff? My stuff, said Papa. Like what? Like your 17 fishing rods, said Brother, and your zillions of old fishing magazines you've got stocked up in the attic, said Sister. But those are all valuable. Those are collectibles, said Papa. And Mama simply groaned. Look who's groaning, said Papa. What about all those shells and shells of old cookbooks that you never look at? Those bits of yarn and cloth that you're never going to use. All right, agreed Mama. I guess we all have a lot of things we don't really need. That's just my point. What should we do with it all? So they're giving Papa Bear a hard time about his fishing rods, and he comes back and gives Mama Bear a lot of time about her cooking stuff and all her cooking books. So maybe all of us have
Too
much stuff. It's good when you get the audience involved. See how they picked right up on that, the reading guys today? The Bear family thought for a moment. Hey, said Brother, let's have a yard sale and make a fortune. Yeah, that's a great idea, said Sister and Papa. But that was not what Mama had in mind. She had been thinking more and more about all those folks who had so little. Especially with Christmas coming around the corner, what could the Bear family do? Mama already had a plan in her mind. First, she had Papa and the Cubs go through all their stuff and make 3 piles. In one pile were things like old board games and puzzles. In another, their forgotten but still good toys and sporting goods. And in the last pile, clothes and furniture, extra cookbooks, and unused fishing rods. So first off, they all had an idea about making some money at a yard sale, but Mama had a different idea. So now they start collecting their items, and what can we do? Do you think that you all have a lot of things at home that too much stuff, the stuff that you used to play with that you don't play with anymore, the clothes that you used to wear? So what Mama Bear is talking about is sometimes we have things that others don't, and maybe we could share that or give to others who are in need. When the Bears piled everything into the car, there was hardly enough room left to sit. Where are we going? Asked Sister. First stop, said Mama, is the old Bears' home. The old Bears' home was where older bears went to live when they needed help taking care of themselves. Nurses and doctors looked after them and made sure that they were in good health. But sometimes the older bears got a little lonely and bored. They liked visitors and things to do. So again, they loaded up their truck and they head out to the old Bears' home to share some of the stuff that they had with others and to visit some people who sometimes get a little lonely. Things that we do for other people go a long way. That was part of Mama's plan. When the family arrived at the old Bears' home, they handed out their games and puzzles to the older bears, and then they sat down to play games and puzzles with them. So they didn't just show up and give things away. You know what they gave? They gave their time. They sit down and had time with the families. At first, Brother and Sister were a little shy and embarrassed. The older bears were just so old. But after a while, they got over it. The bears in the home weren't any older than their neighbor, Miss McGrizz, and she was okay. And soon they were having a fine time. And so were the older bears. They were all sorry when it was time to leave. So they were a little shy at first, but spending time with other people, that may be the best gift that we can give at all. Letting other people know that we care about them. You see how the bears spent time with some of the bears that were older. Gosh, this is a good book. I wonder what they're going to do next. Their last stop was Beartown Bears Who Care Store. This was a store that sold things to raise money for needy bears. Bears who need warm clothes and good food. The store was run by bears who wore uniforms and often played in a band in front of the store. Take a look at that. So this is the new place that they're going to stop. They're going to stop at this store and see what they can do. Wow. Pretty good stuff? Yeah. The bears lugged all their old clothes and furniture and stuff into the store. On the way, they stopped to sing a few Christmas carols with the band. There was a big iron pot on the sidewalk for collecting money for the needy. Papa gave Sister $1 to put in. They headed home with warm feelings about what they had done. Take a look. So they went to a store that maybe could sell the other things or give to families in need. They donated a little bit of money to help those in need. We do that a lot around Christmas time. And at the police department here, we try to maybe help those that are less fortunate, that don't have some toys or that need some food around the Christmas time. Our recruits, our new police officers take a whole week out of their academy and spend time with people in our community doing things for them. How can we help? How can we make life better for others? As they drove along, they passed the lighted window at Beartown Department Store. There was window after window of new toys and games, new things for the house, and the very latest things in fishing poles. But the members of the Bear family were so filled with special thoughts about helping others that they hardly noticed the wonderful things in the window. So all the different things they see, it must be around Christmas time, all the different things in the window and all the new toys, they felt better that they were able to spend time helping other people. They felt better spending time with others. Kind of like my friends here that joined us for reading time today. They took time out of their day to come down and hear a great story and spend time with me. I'm not sure what they're doing about getting out of work, but you know what? That's okay. Wait a minute. I don't want to miss that part. So at the end, as they're driving, it's still okay to like toys, right, and new things. So as they're driving away, it says, although they were looking at other things in the window, and they were headed home feeling good about what they did, out the corner of their eye, they still looked at some other things. And guys, that's important. That's very important of what we do for other people. How we spend time with people, things that we do, that matters. It makes people feel better. So maybe you can do something for your mom and dad. Maybe you can do something for your sister or someone in the neighborhood. Giving your time is much more important than getting gifts and other things. Did you guys like the story today?
Yeah.
Everybody was good?
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys spending time with us. Like I said, I've got some youth commissioners here with me. I've got an assistant to the chief's office, Miss Wilson. I've got two trainers, two outstanding trainers that teach all our new officers how to be police officers. So look, thank you for spending time with me. Again, we talked about the Berenstain Bears. Think of those in need. It's all about helping other people. And as we go through this time with being out of school and all this extra time we have on our hands, it's important that we spend time with others. Thank you guys for joining me today. If you have a book that you'd like us to read or somebody to read, if you'll let us know and send it in, we'll be glad to do the best we can. All right? You guys take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and God bless. We love you guys. Bye-bye.